Alright, so this video is to talk about how to save money in uncertain times, because believe it or not, life is a roller coaster and there's always going to be uncertain times. There's always going to be ups, and there's dang sure there's going to be downs. There's always going to be downs, and you want to be prepared for them down times, because I'm telling you, there's down times. It happened to me, but I'm thankful that I at least saved some money so where I can be okay during the down times. And now I'm starting to go back up, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm saving per week and stuff like that. And I just want to get some advice what to do during these times of uncertainty. You should be saving. You should be saving during times of peace. It don't matter. Times of uncertainty, you should be saving. Times of peace, you should be saving. Good times, you should be saving, because you always want to be ready for the bad times. So, in this time specifically, you should be saving. But you should be saving either way. But back to it, you should be saving. How you should be saving, though, is different. Say, for instance, you work fast food. Fast food, I'm pretty sure they get paid bi-weekly. Out of your bi-weekly check, say we want to save $1,000, a month. That should be $500 every 2 weeks, right? Every 2 weeks, $500 straight to your savings. Straight to your savings. And if you can't, if $500 is too much out of your 2 week check, out of your 2 week stuff, lower it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta. I will say, if you want to grind, push it hard, you know what I'm saying, $500. But if you can't, let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves. If we can't take out $500, let's be honest and lower it down to something like $250. You know what I'm saying? And then over the course of 2 weeks, $250, 2 weeks, $250. That's $500 right there. You got $500 for that month. Second month, $1,000 right there. Just keep doing that. So be honest with yourself. If you can't do $500 for 1 month, just do $250, and then in 2 months you'll still have that $1K. It'll be a lot slower process, but you got to do what you can do. And I'm not gonna sit here and say you should cut out the small stuff, because I feel like small stuff don't really help. Cutting out $5 coffees, cutting out that Chipotle, you know what I'm saying? That stuff. Now, if you out here ordering $30 to $40 every night, then yeah, you can cut that down. But a $5 coffee ain't really gonna do much. A $10 meal every day, that ain't gonna do much. You know what I'm saying? I only eat once a day, so I'm at most spending $15 a day. I eat once a day, so that's $15 a day. That's not me cutting that out. Ain't really gonna do too much already. I could probably get groceries, you know what I'm saying? But I'll cut it down a little bit more, but I ain't gonna cut it out too much. I ain't missing too much. I say cut the big stuff. Now, what I mean by the big stuff is you got that $800 car that you shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? You got $800 car. On top of that, you got a $200 insurance. That's a $1,000 right there. You know what I'm saying? You can cut that down. You can sell that car, go get you a, well, you probably took out a loan on that stuff, so it's going to be really hard for you. But there's no reason to be having an $800 payment on a car. There's really no reason for that. And especially if you got interest on it, you know what I'm saying? If you got interest on that $800 car you paying every month, no, you got robbed. I get you want to have a nice car, but there's old beat 'em up dependable cars. I'm pretty sure you've seen at your job somebody with a beat up truck, but that thing getting them from point A to point B. There's old beat 'em up cars for $5,000 that you can easily get, you know what I'm saying? And you can get that to work. Cut down that $800 payment to easy $300 or $200. Come on, a $200, $300 car payment a month? Could you imagine what you do with the rest of that money? You know what I'm saying? You got an $800 payment. You cut that down to $200 or $300 with that old beat 'em up car. You feel like you have so much more money in your pocket. Trust me. So if you got an expensive car payment, you should be aiming at that versus aiming at $5 coffees, $30 meals. Well, $30 meals you shouldn't be doing anyway, but $15 meals. For me, I do $15 meals, $17 meals. So you should be aiming at big stuff. Aim at big car payments. Aim at big couch payments. You know what I'm saying? Something that you're really paying big on. Aim at that. And then, of course, if you got too many subscriptions, there's no reason to be having Hulu, Netflix, and stuff like that. I say if you got too many streaming services, you can cut down to one. You know, that'll help a little bit. That ain't gonna help a lot though, but that's one small thing. But I still say aim at the big stuff. Aim at the big stuff because that's what's gonna help more. If you're not making enough money, try to aim for a different job. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And that should help out tremendously in my opinion. So what to do on uncertain times is real simple. Earn more money, cut down on big stuff, and just simply save. That's it. And if you're already doing well on that stuff, just simply save. Save till you get enough though. I'm not gonna keep saying if you got more than enough, don't keep saving. There's no point in that. If you got more than enough in your nest, just take that whatever that money you got, you can take it towards, you know, living your life, or you can take it towards investing. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole different topic. I'm not gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? Just save until you feel like you have enough. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll be good during certain times, and when the bad times hit, you'll be ready. I'm telling you, there's no better feeling to know when bad times hit, you got the cash in your bank account ready for whatever emergency hits you, and you ain't got to worry about nothing. That's peace, and I'm telling you, nothing beats peace. With that being said, comment down below what you're thinking. We out.